The Canon EOS R5 Mark II was supposed to be announced by the end of May, but with tomorrow being Friday, this looks highly unlikely. However, this morning, Canon Rumors says that the Canon EOS R5 Mark II is now in the hands of people outside of the closed testing circle of Canon. Going further, Canon Rumors said that we now have seen images of the camera, but are restricted in posting them in any way, shape, or form. This is standard practice for us, but I'm sure other sites will be posting images in the near future. And I can certainly attest to this. When Craig Blair was running Canon Rumors, he told me quite often that yes, he has information, but he can't release it right now. He's restricted. He can't do anything. If he does, well, there goes credibility and everything else. So I certainly do believe that he does have information, and or Canon Rumors has information and they can't say anything. So what about specifications? What about leaked specifications? Do we have anything further? Canon Rumors did say that a full specification list is not available to us at this time. If one comes in, we'll post it if we're given permission to do so. But Canon Rumors didn't stop there. They talked about other specifications that they had and we had talked about in the past, and the first is active cooling. There are now 2 events on the body itself that will help dissipate heat. We cannot report at this time how this affects weather sealing of the camera, but there are lots of ways to solve the problem, as we've seen in other tech products. And I know this to be the case as well. If I can draw your attention to Canon patent filing JP 2023 170599, this is a patent application that shows in detail active cooling. And while we can't tell if this is the Canon EOS R5 Mark II or not, looking at the patent diagrams, we can see that it closely resembles what that camera would look like. And the heat pipes that it's showing here in no way compromises the weather sealing. It's sealed, so we have the airflow being able to come in from the outside through the internal components and back to the outside again. So internal cooling, when I saw this patent application, I think several months back, and I told you guys about it, I said I really wish I could see this in the Canon EOS R5 Mark II. But to have Canon Rumors kind of doubling down and saying, yes, we are going to have some active cooling and ways of not ruining weather sealing, this seems to back up this patent application even more. I told you these patent applications aren't just being put on the shelf. They're giving us an indication of what we can see in the EOS R5 Mark II. And now with about 5 weeks before we're supposed to get an announcement, at least according to my source, we're seeing that these patent applications are kind of backing up what we're now hearing. But Canon Rumors does describe the active cooling a little bit further, stating that it will be supplied through an external cooling grip. It sounds like a very good solution, but we have no word on pricing. But we hope that Canon doesn't do Canon things in that regard. Okay, so let's move on from active cooling. Canon Rumors did validate that once again, that it's going to have a 45 megapixel stacked full frame sensor. And we've already said this. When Canon Rumors had talked about this initially, they weren't so sure about stacked, but my source came forward and said, yes, it's definitely going to be stacked, a whole new design, and expect some major improvements to the autofocus system. My source also referred to the Canon EOS R5 Mark II as a wow camera, and many were kind of like, yeah, whatever, what does that mean? And I went on to further state that according to my source, for those who are undecided whether to have the Canon EOS R5 or the R5C, they will no longer have any doubts. So not only will this be a wow camera, and what my source was alluding to there, and I know some of you said, well, probably means that they should go buy the R5C. No, what my source was indicating, because I had further conversations, which I can't let you have, was indicating that it's going to have a lot of very powerful video features. Well, it now looks like Canon Rumors is backing me up there as well. The R5 Mark II has a lot of new video focused features, and in some ways will go beyond the capabilities, are you ready for this, of the EOS R5C. There are going to be a lot of additional AI video features added to the software in the camera. And from what we've seen and been told, we don't think a follow-up to the EOS R5C will be in the cards. Wow, bango, wow. Are you ready for that? That the Canon EOS R5 Mark II is not only going to be one of the premier photography cameras out there, and I do believe that it's going to be, I don't think the EOS R1 is going to be the master of everything, the jack of all trades. I think that title is going to go to the Canon EOS R5 Mark II. In fact, I'm willing to predict, as I kind of alluded to in a previous video, that it could be better, potentially, than the Nikon Z9, not the Z8, but the Z9. And that's a pretty bold prediction. The Canon EOS R5 Mark II is shaping up to be an impressive camera. And you might be asking, well, how am I so sure about the WOW camera that's going to be better than the EOS R5 Mark II by a huge margin, that it could be approaching or exceeding the Nikon Z9? Well, I told you I have some new credible sources, and this one source, this was the source that told me about the EOS R1 development announcement some 14 hours before we actually had it. Nobody else had come to the market with it. And so I've heard a lot of information from this source, and this source has been bang on. I'm really fortunate to have been able to, well, I didn't do anything. The source came to me, and that's very much appreciated. So it's pretty exciting to hear that, to hear validation coming from another trusted source, Canon Rumors, telling us that the EOS R5 Mark II is going to be so bold in terms of video capabilities that we may not see a need for the R5C. That's pretty bold. That's pretty impressive. And that should get you a little bit more excited about the EOS R5 Mark II if you weren't so happy about the EOS R1. And if you were looking for a master of everything, a jack of all trades, a Nikon Z9-like camera, then you really want to pay attention to the Canon EOS R5 Mark II. Now, Canon Rumors did talk a little bit more about the other specifications that we're supposed to be getting in the EOS R5 Mark II. All of the previously reported core specifications are pretty much correct. Eye-controlled autofocus from the EOS R3, 45 megapixels, 30 frames per second maximum burst rate, all that sort of stuff. We can assure you, this is not an evolutionary successor to the EOS R5, as we have seen from Canon from the DSLR days. But we're not ready to use the R word, but bravo. Now, and I haven't used the word revolutionary either, but I have used the expression or the phrase, a WOW camera. Back in 2020, when we had the first set of leaked specifications of the Canon EOS R5 and then the final announcement, we were all, well, gobsmacked. We were shocked. We just couldn't believe that Canon had not only caught up to, but leapfrogged the competition in such a way that everybody was shocked. 8K video, 30 frames per second raw in a camera without any cropped video with IBIS, with autofocus? No. 20 frames per second lossless raw? No. 45 megapixel sensor? No. Well, get ready, because all I'm going to say is I'm not going to use the word evolutionary or revolutionary, but I'm going to say the word WOW camera. And this is going to be very highly capable in terms of a video-centric camera. If you're a photographer, you're going to love the R5 Mark II. You're really going to love it. It's going to be really incredible. We're going to see increases in dynamic range, low light performance, and even shooting in high ISO, we're going to see an improvement there as well. But for videographers, you're going to be really impressed. And for those of you, which is probably the vast 60% of those that are tuned in and watching right now, that are photographers first but shoot more video, this camera is going to make both of those worlds so much easier. I'm pretty excited by this. Now, there's no mention as to whether the EOS R5 Mark II is going to have a separate video operating system like the R5C did. We don't know about that yet. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. But the autofocus system, from what we're hearing, I would be surprised if it's a completely separate system. But this is truly impressive. The only question I ask is, based on other patent applications, could we see internal ND filters? Yep, I talked about that a few months ago. Internal ND filters. Could we see that in the Canon EOS R5 Mark II? Because at the price point of $39.99, that would certainly make the EOS R5 Mark II a WOW camera. But now it's time to turn our attention to deals of the week. I'm just going to talk about a few things here because I have to get up and out pretty soon. The Canon EOS R5 Mark I can be had for $28.99. That is $1,000 off its introductory price. And even still, with this new WOW camera, the R5 Mark II, $28.99 is still an incredible deal. And if you buy it from Adorama, you get in an extra, well, you get a SanDisk 128 gigabyte CF Express Type B card and card reader. But the sale is on at Amazon and B&H as well. You can also buy the Nikon Z8 on sale, $500 off. And there's a ton of stuff on sale. I'm not going to go into details, but if you look at my links in the description down below, I've got about 25 of them. Some incredible deals, including some used gear. If you do use my affiliate links, I do get anywhere from 3 to 12% off, which really does go to supporting this channel. And a big thanks to those of you that have supported me in the past. But that's it for now. One thing, you might want to subscribe and choose all notifications, or follow me on X, because a lot more information is going to be coming fast and furious. And this is one of those sources you're going to want to tune into, along with Canon Rumors, because as I've said, we've got some really incredible sources. We told you information several weeks ago that only now Canon Rumors is backing up and telling us we were correct without calling us out. But that's really impressive. And a big thanks to my sources, you know who you are, for helping me out here, for supporting me, trusting me to provide me information. And I feel I'm smiling because not only did I trust my source,
You hear me? All right, we're gonna go over some specs real quick. The screen. Show you guys what this R5 looks like. Let me know if you can hear me right. Otherwise, I'm gonna get my mic out right now. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of new cameras coming out because the Olympics is coming out this year. So a lot of companies have been holding back. It's supposed to come out. We'll go on Canon Rumors right now. All right. Open that up for you guys. Let me know if you can hear me right. Otherwise, I'm gonna get my mic. Let me hold on. Put this bigger. Okay, that's wider now. All right. I read Canon rumors right now. You guys can take a look at that. Hold on. The Canon EOS R5 Mark II is now in the hands of people outside of the closed testing circle of Canon. We have now seen some images of the camera, but cannot post them in any way, shape, or form. This is a standard practice for us, and I'm sure other sites will be posting images in the near future, or will get permission to do so. We are able to confirm some information about the camera 100% certainly. A full list is not available to I can't read it like this, crunched up like this. Okay. Let's see. Canon has actively focused on cooling solutions with the EOS R5 Mark II. There are now 2 new vents on the body itself to help the heat. Okay. We cannot report at this time how this affects the weather sealing of the camera, but there's a lot of ways to solve the problem. All right, all right. See you guys. Sit right here. All right. Make this screen. Let's see it. All right. I'm gonna give you guys another poll right now. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna pull, then we'll read some more. Just a second. Just a second. My laptop died in the middle of this stream, so everything had to reset. So everything's all over the place. Alright, hold on. Just a second. Alright, I got you. Simple questions for the poll. Alright, just put up a new poll right now. Continue reading. The EOS R5 Mark II has a lot of new video focus features, and in some ways will go beyond the capabilities of the EOS R5C. There are going to be a lot of additional AI video features. See, that's what I've been waiting for. I was waiting for those AI features to probably finally be in these products. Man, you got cell phone got better technology than some of these damn cameras. Not sensors, but you know, touch screens for us, little things. Don't take that too personal, you little camera community people. Sorry. Um, I'm actually on the wrong page doing this right now. I got another page. This is the old page, but it's okay. I want to do something with it. Anyways, for all you videographers and photographers watching this right now, judge this. We'll make better content. It's okay. Back to it. Back to it. Back to the AI video features added to the software and the camera. From what we have seen and been told, we don't think a follow-up to the EOS R5C will be in the cards. There will also be AI features geared towards sports and wildlife. All right, that's what I needed for sports. We would like more wording on how these features work, as not to report things that may not be explained correctly. I get it. I get it. As of today, the price is set at $399.99. $399.99. We do not have confirmed price in any other currency. All right, 4 racks. Damn, that's a flagship, all right. I see him. I see him. Let's check these polls. Anyone's answering these polls yet? Gosh, no one in here. There's people in here, but I need you guys to answer some polls. Let's go read some comments. Yes.